On tonight's episode of 20 Minutes, we will be examining diversity in the workplace. We have EEOC expert Kayla Harris with us tonight to discuss what diversity can do to better a workplace. Specifically, we will be analyzing a rather unlikely case at Elite Affairs event planning company. President Richard Mathias must decide which employee to promote to the assistant vice president position. All candidates believe they are qualified. However, only one can fulfill the company's expectations. Tonight on 20 Minutes, you will find out. Good evening, viewers. My name is Jennifer Johnson, and I'll be your host for tonight's 20 Minutes episode. Tonight we are interviewing Kayla Harris from the EEOC, who is going to give us a brief background on valuing diversity. So, Ms. Harris, can you explicitly describe what diversity is to our viewers?
Absolutely. Good evening, Jennifer. Thank you for having me on tonight's 20-minute show. I'm excited to be here. Diversity is formally defined as an array of physical and cultural differences that constitute the spectrum of human differences.
So how would you categorize the dimensions of diversity?
So there are 6 dimensions to diversity, and these include race, gender, mental and physical ability, age, sexual orientation, and ethnic heritage.
Wow. And how do you think diversity can be promoted within organizations?
So in my opinion, organizations should strive to embrace diversity, select fairly, and don't discriminate. And that provide orientation training and sensitize all employees so they all will be able to understand the value that diversity has in an organization.
Oh, awesome. What can be done to facilitate working with diverse others?
Employees should be able to emphasize the positive aspects of having diverse organizations, and that is important to bring into new ideas and a point of views.
So how can you vary your recruiting methods within an organization so that you can ensure that you have a diverse pool of applicants?
It's important that employers aim to obtain a diverse pool of applicants through any job and description. They should also avoid relying on referrals from current employers, since those often can take candidates' opinions more than others. And already similar to those in your particular workforce.
And lastly, how can you ensure that employees will embrace diversity amongst each other?
Okay, so if employees are not understanding the value of diversity, it's certain that employers should provide a training that includes differences such as age, gender, and race that are accepted and eventually celebrated within an organization. And this can be happening through acknowledging things such as Black History Month or International Women's Month.
Thank you so much for your time, Kayla. Now that we have a better understanding of what diversity is and how we can value it, let's see what the issue is at Elite Affairs event planning company.
Good morning, everyone, and I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I have some news for you guys. This week I will be taking the time to evaluate Elise, Charlotte, Sam, Lee, Mandy, and James, an outside executive from California, to determine who will be the best fit for our new position known as the Assistant Vice President of Elite Affairs. This means I expect everyone to put their best foot forward and be beyond professional, as our CEO will be here to help me evaluate who will be the best fit for this position. Please go about your normal routine and prove to us why you are the most committed and hardest worker at Elite Affairs, which would make you the most qualified for this position. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your week.
Good evening, Elise. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me regarding the Assistant Vice President position at Elite Affairs. You may state your case.
Hello, Mr. Mathias. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. And I know I'm the most qualified for the assistant of our vice president. I have been a loyal employee to our company for the past 10 years. Now I am having held this senior event manager position at the company for 6 out of 10 years, where I have dedicated my life to planning and successfully executing the unique events. For example, I gave up my vacation time last summer to meeting a pressing deadline. I have worked hard for over a decade. answering to every client's needs and meeting their expectations. I made it a point to get along with all of my fellow employees. I actually can do not think of a single enemy in my department. Further, I have been a good and bad times at the company, which is why I think I'm the most qualified.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with you this morning. I first wanted to say that being an employee at Elite Affairs has been an incredible experience, and I want to thank you for that. Because this job is so important to me, I believe that I'll be able to put forth the effort needed to make this company as successful as possible. I know I am passionate, and I can go the extra mile whenever needed. Elite Affair employees should work as a team, which ensures that everyone will be able to collaborate ideas and see the perspectives of others. I value the opinions of others because I have experienced a community that has transformed into a more diverse environment, and that has shown me all the positive aspects of diversity. So thank you, Mr. Matthews.
Good morning, Richard. Thank you for your time to sit down with me and hear why I am qualified for the position of Assistant Vice President. After my immense educational experience at Harvard University in event planning and hospitality, as well as completing 3 years as a loyal employee in the company, I have amassed the service, skills, and accomplishments necessary for promotion. I have received positive employer and peer evaluations and possess a complex and evolving approach to working. I have also involved myself in considerable service in the company. I believe that my accomplishments meet the requirements for promotion to Assistant Vice President and hope to continue to serve the company at that rank.
Hi, Rich. I just want to say I think it's great that Elite Affairs is opening up a new position. It will really bring the company closer together and make us work more efficiently. And that being said, I think that my previous experience in this field has made me qualified and ready to take on the position. Alright. So you see, prior to working at Elite Affairs, I'd spent 4 years at another company getting the knowledge necessary, which has allowed me to understand how to accommodate other people's needs and understanding how I should deal with different types of people. I'm familiar with this work setting, so I know how to make compromises and everything like that. So thank you for your time and consideration, and I look forward to see what the future has in store for this company.
Good morning, boss. First, I really appreciate that you gave me the chance, and I believe I'm dedicated to my work all the time in the company. Although I did not work in the United States in a long period of time, but I have handled many difficult cases in my career and here. I think you have already seen the work I've done. I'm able to handle everything in a smooth way and deal with the rush and tough emergencies. I want to work in a higher position and to give all of my efforts into it. Thank you.
Thank you, James, for taking the time to speak with me regarding the Assistant Vice President position at Elite Affairs. I appreciate you FaceTiming us all the way from California. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Richard. Thank you for taking the time to Skype with me. My sincerest apologies for my inability to attend this evening's interview in person. I am eager to be a candidate for this job at Elite Affairs. After 20 years in the event management industry and now Senior of Executive Affairs at my current company, my qualifications for this position include working on Hollywood red carpet events near my office in California. I have strong interpersonal communication skills, supervised over 200 events, as well as the ability to acquire sponsors, market an event to a target audience, and use multimedia outlets to promote an event. I know I am an asset to this company and an investment you will not regret. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions regarding my prior experience. I will not let you down.
Hi, Rich. How are you?
Good to see you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the time you've taken to help me with this decision process.
Okay. So, how are the interviews going so far? How was the first candidate, Alice's, react?
So I think Elise would be a great fit for the company to be the Assistant Vice President, but I fear that she might leave if she does not get the position. She has worked for us for a long time and might feel that she will never get the promotion because we're targeting a diverse managerial team. Even if she is our first woman as Assistant Vice President, She also hasn't been a standout team player, even though she gets along with everybody.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Lee?
So I think Lee is a very hardworking guy.
Okay.
He is a proficient worker and he works by himself. However, I don't think he works very well in a team environment, which is something that our company focuses on.
Okay.
And it's difficult because even though he has an immense amount of international experiences, we might want him to have a little more experience in the United States before he comes and works for our company. When he's assistant vice president in the office, it's important that he's able to manage a team in the best way possible.
Okay, so next, what do you think of Sam and Charlotte? The younger gentleman and the old woman.
Okay, so I think Sam, the old guy, he is really good and a hardworking employee.
Okay.
He has shown so much growth since he's worked here. He needs we need a managerial staff with a lot of experience. And Sam has only worked for us for 3 years.
Okay.
We expect I'm afraid that if he doesn't get it promoted since he's a millennial, he might leave. I fear that he might leave us too,
Okay.
because he expects to move up as fast as he can and as possible. He always thinks that the reason if he's not choosing is because of his color, which is not true. So,
Alright.
whereas
Charlotte.
yeah, I have some notes here on Charlotte. I think Charlotte, on the other hand, understands the power of diversity, and I know that she is capable of working hard in this position. However, her age level presents an issue due to the fact that she may not be able or be in tune with the current trends of today's culture because she's 62. Usually the average age of retirement is 65, so you don't really know.
I got you. What about James and Mandy?
So Mandy's drive and motivation continues to impress me every day.
Okay.
It concerns me that she is 6 months pregnant and will need to be on maternity leave within a month or so.
Okay.
So this position being new, I'm not sure if Mandy will be the most ideal candidate for the position due to her timing of the pregnancy. And then James, we called James initially to have him come and work for our company because he's a great fit. One of his downfalls, I think, we'll find out it's difficult for him to come and conform to our company and adjust to this because he's a little more conceited and very well-rounded in the field.
Okay.
And like I said, we like a team environment and we want a team player. We enjoy each other's company and there's no sense of every man for himself, which is very much the character that I find James is. Although he's qualified, I want a candidate that we can immediately adapt into our environment. So. So after several weeks of consideration and evaluation at this company, we have come to a conclusion about who we think will be the best fit for the assistant vice president position. We have spoken to a few of you briefly and personally. I have discussed it with the CEO and discussed our company's culture and what we are looking for this company to thrive and continue to grow internationally, racially, and diversely across the nation. With that being said, I would like to congratulate Elise for the position of Assistant Vice President. Thank you very much.
Wow, hearing all that story about diversity really opened my mind about how it truly encompasses more than just race, but gender, age, personality, and also someone's education. I can see why it's so important to integrate various types of people so that organizations can understand more about each other and therefore enable the collaboration of unique ideas. So congratulations to Elise on her new position as Assistant Vice President.
Yeah, it's really great that she got the position, and I completely agree. I think it's imperative that stories like this continue to be shared throughout the world so companies can understand the value this truly does have and hopefully begin to implement them into their organizations.
I agree. So how do you think that this organization, Elite Affairs story, demonstrated that President Mathias values diversity?
Well, President Mathias showed respect for each and every one of the candidates he was hoping to give the promotion to. And he recognized their differences such as their age, their race, their gender, their nationality, and even physical disabilities And you can even tell that the company's employment process values diversity because the current employees are so diverse. So, like for example, there was one of the candidates was 62 years old and an old woman, and there was a young male college student being compared to her, and that's great that companies are willing to take all of that into consideration.
Yeah, I completely agree. So could you describe to us, or the audience, what kind of evaluation techniques you think that this company, President Mathias, should implement in their promotion process?
Yeah, so there are so many ways that companies can implement valuing diversity and creating a diverse environment for them. A few of them include flexibility in responding to diverse issues and reinforcing the value of employees' differences, as well as motivate individually for unique needs of the employees or of your coworkers.
Absolutely, wow, those are all great ideas. So thank you so much for your time on tonight's 20 Minutes, and I really hope the workforce benefits from your advice.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching tonight's episode of 20 Minutes with us. We'll see you next week.
Fun, interesting. There are at least like 100 staff in our company already.
I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do. I mean, there's not much I can do. Like, what do you suggest that I do to get this going?
You know what? Maybe you should go and talk to Lizzie, and they got some